Now, on Sunrise and streaming on CrossroadsToday.com, police are looking for the person who attempted to rob a Victoria Gentlemen's Club at gunpoint Sunday afternoon. We'll tell you what we know about how the situation unfolded. And on Capitol Hill this morning, House Republicans have come up with a plan they say will avert a looming shutdown. We'll have more on the resolution that the House Speaker has opted to go with. Turning now to Israel and the raging war in the Middle East. Chris Christie visited the war-torn country Sunday, making him the first GOP presidential candidate to visit Israel since the outbreak of the war. Christie's visit and more is coming up on Sunrise.
And if you've had enough of this rain, it is finally going to be ending tomorrow, but we still got some shower chances today. We're going to take a look at that and the weather coming up.
The Cowboys with a giant victory and start spreading the news. The Texans might be really good. I'll have that in sports.
You're watching 25 News Now with Sunrise. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Carolina Astrain.
And I'm Parker Cox.
And today it's the 13th day of November 2023. The time is now 6:31 on our Monday morning, and it is World Orphans Day.
Orphans Day, that's a very important day, actually.
Very important day. I already have the Annie song stuck in my head.
Oh boy, here we go. You know, Kelly, my mom was actually thinking about getting an orphan at some point, or like adopting at some point.
Oh wow, people who adopt, I mean those.
Oh yes, a serious place in my heart for those people.
They're champions. It's tremendous. You know, everyone deserves a home.
Absolutely, everybody deserves a home, especially in this rain that we're having out here, Carolina.
Definitely.
As we take a look at that rain this morning, Carolina, look at that live radar. Like I said, we're expecting some showers today. Let's take a look at that radar now. Like I said, a couple showers coming in here into the crossroads, probably the next 5 minutes or so. Maybe if it might be raining right now, I'll have to go check out here in a second. But as we zoom out here, got plenty of plethora of showers out there this morning. Just had a bunch coming through Veville, coming through Refugio as well, Goliad, Cuero, Bay City, Wharton, Port O'Connor, Placer's. Everybody's getting some good rain this morning. We're expecting that rain to actually keep going throughout the rest of the day, but we might actually, just if we get lucky enough, we might see a little break in the showers in the late morning hours, maybe about 10, 11 a.m., but then that's going to pick right back up, go back into the afternoon and the overnight hours tonight. As we take a look here, about 8 p.m., 9 p.m., see plenty of showers picking up, but like I said, those showers will be ending by tomorrow morning, probably the late morning is what we're thinking, when they'll finally be out of our area. But you're all probably wondering, where is all of this rain coming from? Because didn't we just get a cold front coming last week? Yes, we did. We did get a cold front, but here's what's going on. We got this low pressure, actually sort of a tropical low down here off of our coast, which is going to slowly move up closer to us by later this afternoon and tomorrow. And we're expecting that it's not going to be anything crazy like a tropical storm or anything. Maybe at the very, very max is like a tropical depression, but even I doubt that would happen. But like I said, it's going to be a little windy for today and rainy for today. As we take a look at the radar, you could actually see here on the live radar off the Brownsville radar, you can see some of these clouds and showers are moving south, and the rest is moving north, and you can see a little circulation, but it's not really much going on right now, but it will start slowly picking up later in the day today and tomorrow. We'll take a look at those shower chances and those warming up temperatures for the rest of the week and more in just a few more moments. Back to you, Carolina.
Thank you, Parker. Police say someone attempted to rob the Maximus Gentlemen's Club in Victoria Sunday. The suspect reportedly tried to rob the club at gunpoint and in broad daylight. Officers say they got the call around 4:10 in the afternoon. A manhunt is now underway for the suspect this morning. Police say the suspect got away on foot, and it is unknown if any money was taken. No one was hurt. Police say the investigation is in its preliminary stage at this time. The Jackson County Sheriff's Office is looking for information on the suspect you are about to see. This man is a person of interest in an October 31st theft at Cobra Corner in Vanderbilt. The suspect is said to be driving an older model Chevy pickup. If you can identify him or have any information on his whereabouts, call investigators at the Jackson County Sheriff's Office at 361-782-3541. House Republicans have unveiled their plan to avert a government shutdown next week. House Speaker Mike Johnson opted to go with a two-step continuing resolution over a more typical funding extension that would cover the entire federal government. Under the two-step strategy, several spending bills would be extended until January 19th, and the remaining bills would go on a continuing resolution until February 2nd. The plan, which was unveiled on Saturday, does not include budget cuts or aid for Israel. It is designed to avoid a messy shutdown right before the holidays and to allow more time to pass individual spending bills. Sources say the House is expected to vote as early as Tuesday to give members 72 hours to read the text of the bill. That leads us to your viewer poll. You can scan the QR code right there on your screen to take part. We ask you, is the House more united since Johnson became Speaker of the House? Okay, let's take a look. Is it 28% of you now say? 28% of you say yes, and 72% of you say no. Thank you for taking part in our viewer poll. Former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie visited Israel Sunday, making him the first Republican presidential candidate to travel to the country since the outbreak of the war. Christie visited several locations, saying he wanted to see the devastation for himself, touring an area that was ravaged in the October 7th attacks by Hamas militants. Christie also visited a hospital and met with the wounded and families of kidnapped victims. While on his tour, Christie stopped briefly for comments, saying that he supports Israel's rejection of a ceasefire and that the U.S. must stand shoulder to shoulder with its close ally. Commuter chaos in Los Angeles this morning. Both directions of a major freeway are closed, and a state of emergency has been declared after a fire beneath the highway.
This morning, more commuter trains are being scheduled in LA as the city braces for a traffic nightmare.
The traffic is going to be horrendous. It's going to really impact Los Angeles.
A 1-mile section of Interstate 10 shut down after this massive fire engulfed part of the freeway, damaging an overpass.
300,000+ vehicles go through this corridor every single day. It's of significant consequence to the economy, to the health and safety of Angelenos.
The inferno erupting in a storage yard housing flammable pallets, trailers, and cars. Wind pushed the heat and flames under the freeway and across the street, igniting a second storage yard. The flames burned through the equivalent of 6 football fields. It took more than 160 firefighters to put out the flames. The governor says the company storing the material under the bridge has violated its lease.
In fact, our inspectors have been out there on a consistent basis with citations. Their lease is expired. They're in arrears.
Contractors are now testing the hazardous material. California's transportation secretary says storage yards under highways are common across the state and the country. He says now the practice will be reevaluated. In the meantime, LA's mayor with this message.
We're hoping for downtown businesses to join us and lean in on work-from-home policies to help alleviate traffic.
Officials say it will be at least a couple of days before the freeway reopens. They have to evaluate the stability and clear the hazardous material. Allison Cossack, ABC News, New York.
A SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket launched from Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida Sunday. SpaceX launched the SES-03B Empower mission at 4:08 p.m. Eastern Time. The flight placed 2 communication satellites into medium Earth orbit. The Falcon 9's first stage came back to Earth and made a vertical touchdown on a shortfall of gravitas into the Atlantic. In the Atlantic Ocean, the Falcon 9 booster on the flight flew on 8 previous missions, and this mission marked SpaceX's 84th launch of the year. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click the notification bell. The time is now 6:39 on our Monday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up on 25 News Now Sunrise. Up to 40 workers are trapped after a tunnel, which was under construction, partially collapsed.
The Pentagon is searching for answers this morning after 5 U.S. service members were killed in a military aircraft crash in the Mediterranean. I'm ABC's Justin Finch with reaction in Washington from the White House.
Coming up after the break, we're going to take a look at that school bus forecast, those rain chances for the rest of the day today, and we're going to take a look at that 7-day as well. Well, good morning, Crossroads. If y'all waking up with us this morning, if you're just tuning in, look at a live look at North Victoria right there. You can see a couple of raindrops already on the camera because we've got some showers coming in the air. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. Starting out at about 60 this morning, making it pretty nice, maybe a little cool for some of us. 58 degrees, though, is that dew point out there. Make that humidity a 93%, but that's only because we've got those showers out there this morning. We'll take a look at that right in just a second. Because if you're seeing your kiddos off to school this morning, it's going to be about 58 as they're heading out the door with some scattered showers in the morning, and those scattered showers could be sticking around all day today, even into overnight time. Take a look at that in a second. Like I said, 63 is the afternoon temperature as I head back home about 4 p.m. today. Well, look at that live radar, like I said, because look at all those showers out there. Look at all this. There's a bunch coming to Refugio, Goliad, Victoria, Cuero, Wharton, Bay City, Plashes, Port O'Connor, all of us getting some good rain this morning. And wonder why are we getting all this rain? Well, it's because of this. There's actually a really weak low pressure system just off the coast of Brownsville right there. You can see right there. You can see those showers moving south and the rest of them moving north around that rotation center. Well, if you don't like all this rain, we've got some good news. It's going to be ending by tomorrow. We'll take a look at those chances in a little bit, but we're going to be warming up just ever so slightly going into the weekend this weekend, back to the 70s, thankfully. And we'll take a look at that and more in just a few moments. Back to you, Carolina.
Thank you, Parker. The Cowboys handled business, and Texans, they're trying to stun Cincy. Sports reporter Zach Brown has more.
The Houston Texans marched right into Cincinnati yesterday and wants the world to know they are officially back up. Down 7 early, C.J. Stroud, his former Houston Cougar, Tank Dell to tie the game. But let's fast forward to the fourth. We've got a ball game. Stroud using his legs scrambles for an 8-yard rushing touchdown, extending the Houston lead to 10. But Houston got aggressive trying to ice the game. Disaster. Just the second pick thrown by C.J. Stroud this year. It would eventually lead to a Cincy touchdown, just a 3-point game. The Texans got lucky on Cincy's next possession when they dropped a touchdown pass that would have given them the lead. They settled for the tie with 90 seconds to go. That's too much time for the Texans, who win it at the Horn and now have a winning record at 5-4. The Cowboys also looking like the real deal. They took it to the New York Giants 49-17. Remember week 1 when they beat them 40-0. Dallas owned that matchup this year. In the first half of that game, the Cowboys had 20 first downs. The Giants just 1. The Cowboys had 376 yards. The Giants had just 19. Dallas improves to 6-3. And on our sports section, we have a comprehensive list of the area round of the playoffs in terms of schedule, the teams, times, dates, and locations. With your 25 Sports Now, I'm Zach Brown.
Thank you, Zach. All right, we want to invite y'all to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV. They're Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, and Android TV. Just search Crossroads Today Plus. Now to the urgent Pentagon investigation into the deadly U.S. military helicopter crash near the island of Cyprus. Leaders say 5 service members were killed in the wreck during a routine air and refueling mission in the eastern Mediterranean.
A search for answers underway after 5 U.S. service members were killed after their military helicopter crashed near Cyprus.
There's very little room for error when you're aerial refueling at night, overnight with night vision goggles at low altitude. And sometimes small mistakes can turn into tragedy.
Pentagon officials say the MH-60 was carrying Special Operations Forces when it went down late Friday in the eastern Mediterranean due to a mishap while carrying out a routine air refueling mission during training. The deadly crash happening not far from where the U.S. deployed the USS Ford and USS Eisenhower aircraft carriers following Hamas's October 7th attack on Israel. The White House rushing those assets to the region in an effort to contain the conflict between Israel and Hamas militants. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin paying tribute and calling the accident a stark reminder that U.S. service members put their lives on the line daily to keep the country safe. This crash now the latest deadly military training accident this year. In March, 2 Army Black Hawks collided in midair, killing 9 service members in Kentucky. In April, 3 soldiers were killed when 2 Army Apache helicopters crashed returning from training in Alaska. And in August, 3 Marines were killed and 20 others injured when an Osprey crashed during drills in Australia. President Biden noting the Veterans Day weekend in a statement on the helicopter crash, saying he and the First Lady are praying for those service members' loved ones and that our entire nation shares their grief. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
The time is now 6:46 on our Monday morning. Still to come, authorities are seeking the public's help in locating a suspect in connection to a shooting in Pearland.
Well, good morning, Crossroads. Well, we're expecting it to be another rainy day today. As we take a look at that live radar right now, still got a couple showers out there in our midst right now. A couple showers coming into our neck of the woods here in the Crossroads, probably in the next 5 minutes or so. But as we zoom out here, we can see plenty of rain out there this morning. A lot of it along the coast right now, coming into Port O'Connor, Palacios, Bay City, Wharton, even some even coming into Refugio and Goliad as well. Take a look at those shower chances for the rest of the day, though. To take a look at that future track here, we're expecting maybe just a slight little break and the rain in the late morning hours, maybe 10 and 11 a.m. this morning. But then going into the later afternoon, we're going to expect those showers to develop right back up and becoming more widespread. But then those showers will be done in our area by tomorrow morning. If you take a look here at those rain totals that we're expecting for today, solid maybe quarter inch or so, and most of our areas here expecting maybe even up to a half inch or so. But along the coast, we're expecting most of that rain to remain. But if we total that up with yesterday's rain totals, if we take a look here, solid 2 inches in some areas we had yesterday and over the weekend as well. We had plenty of rain. I'm sure y'all all very well aware of that. But as we take a look at what's going on here for the rest of this week, we've got that high pressure that's giving us those northerly winds, which is keeping us in those 60s and with the rain-cooled air. And we have this low pressure system that's actually more like a tropical low. It's actually down here off our coast right now as we speak, which is giving us all that rain. But then next week, we got late this weekend into early next week, we've got this other system that is going to make landfall in California by probably this weekend. And then that's going to start making its way eastbound towards our neck of the woods and the Great Plains area. And that's going to give us another cold front coming our way. This one looks to be like a big cold front, so we're going to take a look at that and more in just a few more moments. Back to you, Carolina.
Thank you, Parker. Up to 40 workers are trapped after a tunnel which was under construction partially collapsed in the northern Indian state of Uttarakhand. Rescue efforts are underway in the Utkarshi district where the incident took place. The workers were sent packed food, water, and oxygen. That's from local police who have said they are communicating with the workers. Other police leaders at the site told sources around 20 meters worth of debris were removed so far from the area, with another 40 meters worth left. They expect this operation to take another day or so. Top defense leaders from the U.S., Japan, and South Korea have agreed on a plan for real-time data sharing on North Korean missile launches starting next month. That's from the South Korean Defense Ministry. The agreement came during annual security talks in Seoul, which Pentagon Chief Lloyd Austin is attending. The talks have largely focused on ways that three countries can counter threats from North Korea, including a strategy in which the U.S. will use its military and nuclear assets to deter Pyongyang and defend allies. Austin and his South Korean counterpart also signed documents updating their country's bilateral deterrent strategy. Still to come on Sunrise News to Know Before You Go, a man was fatally shot in a church parking lot on Sunday. Authorities are seeking the public's help in locating a suspect or suspects in connection to a shooting at a flea market in Pearland. A teen is dead and 4 other people were hospitalized after being shot Sunday night following a disturbance at a flea market. Authorities say the shooting was the result of issues between 2 people at the location and it wasn't random, adding that it's possible that there were 2 shooters. The condition of the other 4 victims is undisclosed at this time. Pearland police say the shooter or shooters remain at large amid an active investigation. Authorities encourage anyone with information to contact authorities. The number to call is 281-997-5828. A man was fatally shot in a church parking lot in Harris County on Sunday. A churchgoer said the man entered the building and stated, "Today is the day," as well as referenced the pastor and noted that his mother was involved in the church. Deputies responded to the scene after receiving reports about the man, but he fled the scene. About an hour later, the man reportedly returned when he was spotted by 2 churchgoers. The suspect reportedly got out of his vehicle and started running toward the churchgoers with a vape in his hand. One person fired shots at the suspect. He collapsed and was pronounced dead at the scene. There were 50 to 70 church members inside during the shooting, but no one else was hurt. Authorities say they're still investigating to make a positive identification and to determine if the man had any weapons with him. If you are summoned for jury duty this week, this notice may be for you. The jury summoned for today at 8:30 a.m. at the Victoria County Courthouse is asked to not appear. Today's trial by jury is canceled. That date will not be rescheduled. And if you are summoned for jury duty tomorrow at the Justice of the Peace Precinct 4 in Victoria County, you're also asked to not appear. That 8:30 a.m. trial is canceled and will not be rescheduled. Victoria County Commissioners meet today at 10 a.m. at the Victoria County Courthouse. We have some items from the agenda. They'll consider approval of the reappointment of Gabe Hotak as the City County member to the Victoria Public Library Advisory Board and hear an update regarding the public library. Commissioners will also consider a reappointment of the Victoria County Fire Marshal, approval of the official bond, and oath of office. Virtual meeting options are available if you cannot attend the meeting today in person. Texas oysters have suffered from stronger storms and worsening droughts as the effects of climate change intensify. Despite fishermen's wishes to delay the season in hopes that oyster reefs recover, the state pushed ahead with a November 1st start. And we want to invite y'all to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, and Android TV. Just search Crossroads Today Plus. And now let's get a check of our forecast with Parker.
Thanks, Carolina, and good morning, folks. If y'all just tuning in with us, we got some rain out there. We'll take a look at that radar in just a second because we got a couple shots. You can take a look. You actually look at the live look in North Victoria here. We can see a couple raindrops on the camera right now, but it's a little cool out there this morning. 60 degrees is that morning temperature starting out the day. The dew point 59, making that humidity at 96%, but that's only because we've got all those showers out there. Like I said, look at all that rain out there. So the live radar here, a couple coming into Port O'Connor, Port Lavaca, here in the Crossroads, Goliad, Refugio. Also got some Borden Bay City. Everybody pretty much getting some good rain today. We'll take a look at the timing for the rest of the rain. Probably expecting those showers to maybe slightly waking up in the late morning, but we really expect those showers to really start developing back up in the late afternoon and into the overnight hours. But then those showers will finally be out of our area by tomorrow morning. As we take a look at that 7 day, we're going to be warming up ever so slightly going into the weekend, back into the 70s, making it a real nice weekend to get out and do some stuff this weekend, like maybe go outside and enjoy that weather.
Well, in the meantime, we're going to be enjoying this stormy weather for a couple more days, Parker.
Actually, we're probably thinking it'll be done by tomorrow morning, but maybe we might still get a shot of some showers tomorrow.
Well, we love rain here in South Texas.
Maybe not this much, but
maybe not this much. I don't know. I think we like it. I like it, Parker.
I like it. It's pretty cool.
Well, thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful day. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today, and you can join James, Don, Matt, Karina, and Gina today for 25 News Now at 5, 6, and 10. Have a great start to your week.